This is how the new intelligent manual works. So it all works on images. So if there is an image that comes up or a problem that comes up on the screen, you simply click on it, brings you to that screen, and then you bring up the message that you're having the issue with. Here it's the angle of attack disagree. So you click on the message, and then you see what the message means. It means that, if you scroll down here, it indicates that the captain's left and the first officer's right angle of attack values disagree by more than 10 degrees for 10 continuous seconds. So after you see what that means, then you have a bunch of options here that tell you or that bring you to where you need to go. And also you'll see that there's an arrow to show you where this message is. This is just a guarantee that you're in the right spot. So general, that's just informs you on how the component fits into the system. When you click into that, it brings you to the part of the manual that will tell you about the angle of attack operations. The next one, most importantly, is the non-normal procedures. Now this you can see is in red, and this is what to do if the component is not working correctly. So you click onto this, and it will take you directly to the quick reference handbook as for Boeing. And you'll see angle of attack disagree. It tells you what the condition is. The AOA disagree alert indicates the left and right angle of attack vanes disagree. It also tells you the airspeed errors, that the airspeed errors and IS disagree alert may occur, and also the altitude disagree alert may occur. But then it tells you to accomplish the airspeed unreliable checklist. Now this is for the 737 MAX, and this is the new procedure that the FAA put into effect. So what you do here to make it easier is you just click on the component and it takes you to the airspeed unreliable, tells you about the condition and what your objective is, but also it gives you the memory items that you're supposed to do here. And also on that, it gives you a box to check off if you've done something. So it's the first step is step 1, autopilot, if engage, disengage. So you click on that box and it's marked as you've done it. And then the auto throttle, if engage, disengage. Again, you click on it and it'll show you that you have completed it. And you can go all the way down, and if you decided that you didn't do it, you can also unclick it. And so that is just a reminder to say, hey, I have done that step. But in some of these steps, you can see it says flight director switches both. What if you don't know where the flight director switches are? That's where I have on this off. If we click on it, it takes you to where what the switch looks like, and then where it is in the airplane. So there's no doubt on where the switch is, and you can quickly and easily go to it. Now we have that on the QRH. Also, you can scroll down here and do all your steps, and then you will also get other references that you might need, like the directed references. Like here in step 7, it says refer to flight with unreliable airspeed table. If you click on that, it takes you to the table, so there's no confusion on where you need to go to get the information. Then you can use the back button anytime you want, by the way. The other thing is we go back and we look at the next part of the intelligent manual, and we see we have normal procedures. So when you click onto that, it actually is the procedures that you'll do in normal use of this airplane. And if you see, you go down here in the checklist, and it has flight instruments verified. The flight instrument indicators are correct, and the flags that only these flags are shown. So that's telling you what you normally do with this, the normal procedure. And as I said, that is part of the pre-flight procedure. So it goes to where it is on what checklist that you have to do the normal step correctly. Then we have the limitations, and the limitations, that is what is the limit on the component. So we click here, and then this is for flight controls, the closest ones that refer to the component. After that, then we have another important one, the MEL, or minimum equipment list. This tells you if the plane can go or is grounded until it is fixed. So here, this is straight from the FAA. We have the item number, angle of attack sensor, heaters, stall warning system, sensor heaters, alpha vane heaters. That is description of what is the problem. You can see that you need the dispatcher approval, but the pilots can placard. There's 2 of them. None are required for dispatch. I have a feeling this is going to change. The repair category is a C, which that is a that's according to the FAA 10 days. And here we have the remarks or exceptions. Except for ER operation, ETOPS beyond 120 minutes may be inoperative provided the aircraft is not operated in known or forecast icing condition. And note, this item is AD related. So it gives you all the information on the MEL equipment. This is basically if you're on the ramp and you get the message that comes up, you know right away, it's like, am I grounded, or can I go and just sign this off by myself here? So after MEL, we have questions. Now this is a question bank if you're going to take your orals. And here is what are the memory items for the angle of attack disagree message. Now here again, I went with the 737 MAX angle of attack disagree light and the recommended procedure when you have that. And you have to do the airspeed unreliable. Again, it's hyperlinked. It takes you to that checklist and it goes over right here above this dashed line. Those are all memory items that the pilot must know. So that is how we take care of the questions that you get for your oral when you're checking out on the airplane. Another thing we have, the next one is the schematic, and then this shows you the system that is that the component is in, so you can see exactly how the system works and how it's related to the component. And the final thing is the circuit breaker. This is going to vary on all aircraft, but this is to reset the system when you're directed by maintenance. Maintenance sometimes will say, oh, that message came up on the ground, reset the circuit breaker. It may be something needs to be reset within the system, and that's what that link will be for. So there you have it. That is how the intelligent manual works. This will, I went through everything. It was kind of long here on the description, but as you can see, it's just one click to get whatever information you need.